let's start by creating our new Laravel project. Therefore, we are going to use Composer. So Composer, create project, Laravel, and the name of our project. So in our case, it's going to be Quark, due that it's a Twitter clone. So let me just explain it very, very shortly. Composer is the command line client for Composer. Create project is just the action that we are going to execute, and where is it going to grab it from is Laravel. So this is actually the Laravel repository. So if you have a look into it, or you look for it, so basically it's just gonna grab it from GitHub out of Laravel. And this is our project name. So once I hit enter, it's gonna start downloading all the packages and executing all the install after, before, and any scripts that it has configured in the Laravel project. You can see it has created a new folder for us, Quark. So it's the project name. It's going to create a new folder for us. If you go into it, let's see. It has also created a bunch of files and folders for the project. Okay, let's quickly boot this up with PHP artisan serve. This is gonna create a development web server for us in our localhost on the port 8000. So if we just open it in our browser, we can see this is the default landing page for Laravel. Great. From here you can see, just go to the documentation, to Laracast, of course, Laravel news, and all the ecosystem. Just a very quick introduction into Laravel. So this is the default landing page. So the next step is going to be to install Laravel Breeze. Laravel Breeze is a starter kit from Laravel, and as the documentation says, is a minimal, simple implementation of all Laravel's authentication features, including login, registration, password reset, email verification, and password confirmation. And in addition to that, it also includes a simple profile page. So this is really awesome. It gives us out of the box so many things that we don't need to care about, that we don't need to build ourselves. In order to install Laravel Breeze, we are gonna install a Composer package in our project. So let's go directly into our terminal. Inside our project folder, let's make sure that we are there. Okay, perfect. We are in our project folder. Now what we are gonna do is just Composer require the package. Composer require Laravel Breeze as a dev dependency. It can take a while. Okay, it's done. Perfect. Now let's open our project in our preferred editor or IDE. In my case, it's PHP Storm. Okay. Give it a second, please. Perfect. And there we go. This is our Laravel installation project that we can see here. Perfect. So in order to make Laravel Breeze work, we need still to do a couple of things. First thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my environment, because I don't want to work with a MySQL database right now. So we are gonna build this project on top of a SQLite database. So first of all, I'm gonna change the connection from MySQL to SQLite. And I'm gonna remove all the other database environment variables, because we don't need them. Perfect. Let's go back to our terminal. We're gonna install the Laravel Breeze package, because it needs to process still some stuff in order to to work. So therefore Laravel Breeze has a nice command. What is a PHP artisan command? It's just breeze install. So let's run it. PHP artisan breeze install. And it gives you a couple of options. You could, for example, use React, but we are going to use Vue in this example. So PHP artisan breeze install Vue. So this is going to install all the packages that it's needed for the frontend as well with npm. And it's going to work with Vue. It could take a while because it needs to download all the packages from npm. In my case, I already had them downloaded. So here you can see all these files are newly created in the public build folder. So let's go in there, public build assets. And here are all our files that are created for Breeze. If we look in any of those files that the command created, we will see those are Vue components, but they are already compiled. But for now, let us not care about this and just move on to the next step. Okay, next step would be just creating our database and migrating it. Therefore, let's go to our terminal. And now we can just run a command that it's PHP artisan migrate. In our case, it just detects that we don't have a file in SQLite database there. So it is asking us if we want to create it. Yes, let's create it. Perfect. It just created a file and migrated all the migrations inside that. Perfect. Now that we have created our database and installed Breeze, let's boot up our server again with PHP artisan serve. Okay, and if we navigate now to our browser, what we can see, and I have here the tab from before, and let's just remove this one. So this is our current serving site, and this is the site that we were serving before. So because I didn't reload it, it's still there. So the difference between both of them, you see there's a very, very smart difference between both of them. And is the login and register links that were created from the Breeze installation. So you see, this is the old page, there are none. And in the new one that we are serving right now, we have the login and the register links. So if I reload the old instance, they will appear there as well. Okay, great. Perfect. Let's see. This is what Laravel Breeze has given us. So we can now log in, or we can register a new user. Let's do it very quick so that we can go over all the features that Laravel Breeze brings us. Let me just enter my name, an email address, so test@user.com, for example, and a password. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's register. Perfect. You see, it gives us a dashboard out of the box, a profile page where I can edit my name. So for example, I could just say the gear. Okay, and here let's say I also want to change my password, and it's saved. Great. So next time I need to log in with this email, and I can update my password. So I need to enter my current password. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 8, and the new password, just whatever. So 87654321, for example. It needs to be an 8 character long password because otherwise it will fail. Let me save it. Okay, perfect. No, I don't want to update it. Great. And I also can delete my account. So if I delete my account, it just asks me for my password and I can delete the account. Of course, I can log out So, and this is all what Laravel Breeze brings us. Now that we have everything set up, we can start creating our project, our Twitter clone. So see you in the next video, guys. Thank you, and you're welcome.